Hey everyone, if you've been grinding in Riftbound and wondering which legends are really worth picking right now, you're in the right place. We're talking about the champions that absolutely dominated the recent Shanghai National Open tournament where nearly 2,000 players went head to head. Some legends totally crushed it, while others, well, let's just say they struggled to keep up. In this video, we're breaking down the top tier legends based on those results, so you'll know exactly who to pick if you want to climb the ranks and dominate the battlefield. Stick around because we're going to chat about which champions are worth your time and which ones you might want to avoid for now. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. I'm quickly moving on to the video and I'm ranking legends in Riftbound. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of list videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Enjoy watching.
My friends, only 0.1% of viewers subscribe. If you like this type of content, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you in advance for your support.
The legends in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Ahri, Garen, Jinx, Lee Sin, Leona, Lux, and Yasuo. Alright, let's get real for a second. Some champions in Riftbound just make you wonder why they even showed up to the party. I mean, we're talking about the kind of legends who try really hard but somehow end up tripping over their own abilities. Buckle up, because we're diving into the C tier, where hope goes to take a nap. First up, Yasuo. Now, don't get me wrong, he's technically the best of the bad options, but that isn't exactly a compliment. Yasuo managed the 46.7% win rate and a measly 2.08% conversion rate, which basically means most of the time he's just standing there looking cool while losing. His green-purple card combination has all the flair in the world, but not nearly enough power early game. You're basically praying that early Nocturne or a discounted spirit like Rasa the Sunderer shows up to save you. Sometimes it works, and you feel like a genius, but most of the time, you're just awkwardly hoping someone else messes up first. Then there's Ahri. Poor Ahri had an absolute disaster of a tournament. She came in at a 45.8% win rate, and only 1 out of 81 players even made it to the second day. That one lucky soul finished at rank 119, which is like saying, I tried my best and failed spectacularly. The problem with Ahri is that she wants to control the board early and build a lead, but everyone else is playing aggressive from turn 1. It's like trying to plant flowers in a hurricane. Cute idea, but not happening. Until the meta slows down or she gets some better cards, she's a skip for competitive play. Lee Sin is another tough one. Sure, one skilled player carried him through, but everyone else posted a disappointing 45.5% win rate. The reality? Set is basically Lee Sin's cooler, more competent cousin. Yellow support cards are stronger than anything Lee Sin has, and Set's abilities just do the job better. So, unless you're feeling nostalgic, there's really no reason to pick Lee Sin over Set. It's like bringing a butter knife to a sword fight. It technically works, but why bother? Garen is a bit of a wildcard. Only 16 players even picked him, making him the least popular legend, but somehow he managed a 49.5% win rate. Respectable, right? Well, the best Garen player only hit rank 502, so even when Garen wins, he's not exactly dominating the competitive scene. He's fine for casual matches or if you just like spinning your sword around dramatically, but don't expect to take him into serious tournaments. Lux is another legend struggling in this tier. With only 24 players using her, she's the second least popular pick. Her win rate came in at 45.3% and the best player reached rank 208. Not terrible, but definitely not game-changing. Lux just doesn't have the punch she needs right now. Maybe some future card releases will boost her, but for now, she's one you pick for fun, not for a win streak. Leona didn't have a great time either. She posted a 44% win rate, landing her as the second worst in the tournament. The issue is pretty clear. Removing or moving units is just more effective than stunning them. Leona's entire game plan gets outclassed by other legends who do similar things but better. Picking her in competitive matches is a bit like bringing a water gun to a firefight. It looks cool, but doesn't quite cut it. And then there's Jinx. Oh boy, Jinx. She was the absolute worst champion in the tournament. Out of 40 players using her, not a single one made it to day 2. 0. Her 42.1% win rate is a full 2% lower than the next worst champion, which is a massive gap. Jinx is the definition of fun but useless in competitive best-of-3 matches. She's perfectly fine if you just want to laugh and watch chaos unfold, but don't expect to rack up wins. Let's take a moment to appreciate the irony here. Some of these legends are designed to be flashy and fun, but in reality, they're just giving the competition free points while you scramble to survive. Yasuo tries to be slick, Ahri tries to control, Lee Sin tries to outmaneuver, and yet, here we are, watching them all fall flat. It's not all doom and gloom though. Playing these legends casually can still be a blast. Sometimes spinning a Garen around or popping off Lux's light show just feels good, even if you're not topping the leaderboard. There's room for style points, if nothing else. But if you're thinking tournament, ranking up, or really flexing your skills, the C tier is mostly a look but don't touch zone. You'll spend more time wishing for better draws than actually making plays. Think of these legends as the underdogs of Riftbound. They're trying bless them, but they're constantly overshadowed by higher tier picks. Sometimes a creative strategy can surprise people, but don't count on it consistently. Honestly, the lesson here is simple. Pick fun for casual play, pick smarter for competitive play. Yasuo, Ahri, Lee Sin, Garen, Lux, Leona, and Jinx all have their moments, but in tournaments, they're the legends that leave you biting your nails while hoping the dice roll in your favor. So, if you're in the mood for a challenge or just some laughs, give these legends a spin, but don't expect them to carry you. And remember, sometimes watching someone else make all the wrong moves is just as entertaining as winning. In the end, the C tier is full of heart, ambition, and, well, not much else. But hey, even legends in need of help deserve a little spotlight. Just maybe keep your expectations low and your fun high. The legends in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Miss Fortune, Teemo, and Volibear. Let's take a break from the struggling legends and talk about the champions who are actually, okay, not amazing, not broken, just solid enough to make you feel like you might actually win a game without crying into your keyboard. Welcome to B tier, viable but not top. First up, Miss Fortune. She's currently the queen of ramp decks. Her best player finished at rank 27, which is pretty impressive, and she had a 49.5% win rate. The secret? Purple cards give her great utility, and her bullet time ability is fantastic for controlling the board. Ramp strategies with Dazzling Aurora can do some work, but they're not the game-breaking counter everyone hoped for. Sometimes you high roll and dominate, other times your cards just ghost you. Then we have Teemo. Teemo, he's complicated. On day one, he had a rough 47.5% win rate, but somehow his conversion rate was 5.66%, landing him 5th overall. Translation: Teemo is brutal to play badly, but if you really know his tricks, he can compete with almost anyone. Basically, he's the kind of champion where a good player can look like a genius, and a bad player looks like they're just flailing around in the dark. Not for beginners, but a serious Teemo main can pull off some insane plays. Volibear is a strange case. Only 22 players picked him, but he posted a 50% win rate. Sounds solid, right? The problem is, none of those players made it to day 2, and the best one finished at rank 137. Ramp decks like Volibear's are just too inconsistent for big tournaments where you need repeatable wins. Another thing that hurts Volibear in competitive play is gear removal in games 2 and 3. Once your opponent figures out you're running a ramp strategy, they can sideboard in answers and completely shut you down. It's like bringing a bazooka to a water fight. Looks scary, but one smart counter and you're soaked. Bottom line, B-tier champions like Miss Fortune, Teemo, and Volibear are fun, viable, and sometimes deadly, but they're not going to dominate the meta. Pick them if you love their style or want a little spice in your games, but don't expect to consistently crush the top-tier legends. They're solid, just not the cream of the crop. The legends in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Annie, Darius, Set, and Victor. Alright, now we're getting into the legends who actually make you feel like a competent player instead of just praying to RNG. Welcome to a tier, strong contenders. These champions aren't just showing up, they're demanding respect. First up, Annie. Day 1, she posted the best win rate at 51.9%, which is pretty impressive, but here's the catch, only 3 out of 62 Annie players made it to day 2. The tournament just got tougher, and optimized early game decks gave her a hard time. She shines against a wide mix of decks, but when everyone's playing perfectly tuned lists, Annie can hit a wall. That said, Annie is still excellent for open tournaments or ladder climbing. She has that mix of raw power and versatility that can swing a game in your favor. Just don't expect to steamroll every top tier deck. Sometimes the big brains on day 2 will make you work for it. Then we have Darius. Honestly, Darius is criminally underrated. Only 33 people played him, yet he posted a 50.8% win rate, 4th best overall. His conversion rate to day 2 was 6.08%, which is the 3rd best, showing that the right players can really make him shine. Baited hook has become a staple in his playstyle. letting Darius summon big threats like Harnessed Dragon. Those plays are powerful and can completely catch your opponent off guard. If you like sneaky, high-impact strategies that most people aren't prepared for, Darius is a fantastic pick. He deserves a lot more love than he's getting. Set is another strong contender. People often rank him as the third best champion, and the tournament confirmed it. He had 118 players and a 5.93% conversion rate to day 2. His win rate was only 48.1%, but that's because Set is tough to play well. He rewards skill and experience. If you know what you're doing, Set can absolutely carry games. His synergy with yellow support cards and buffs makes him a nightmare in the right hands, but pick him up cold, and you might struggle to get consistent results. Set isn't just about playing cards, he's about playing smart. Finally, there's Victor. Victor's an interesting one because he's stronger in best of 1 than best of 3. On day 1, he still had a 50% win rate with a lot of players picking him. The best Victor player, ranked 29, leaned into expensive spells rather than aggressive early game tactics. This might be the future for Victor. Less rush, more late game dominance. If you enjoy ladder climbing or best of 1 events, Victor is a solid choice. For tournaments with sideboards, he's still good, just not quite as terrifying. Either way, he's a reliable pick that can swing games when used thoughtfully. The legends in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Kai'Sa and Master Yi. Now we've arrived at the top of the mountain, the S tier. These are the champions who make other legends look like they forgot their homework. If you want to dominate Riftbound, these are the ones you need to pay attention to. First up, Kai'Sa. Honestly, she's in a league of her own right now. At the tournament, 30% of players picked her on day 1, and by day 2 that jumped to almost 44%. That alone says everything you need to know. She steamrolled the finals 2-0 and her day 1 win rate was 51.6%. In a game this balanced, that's insanely impressive. What makes Kai'Sa truly terrifying is that she has no reliable counters. Every time someone thinks they've figured out a way to beat her, Kai'Sa players adapt instantly. If you're serious about winning, you either play Kai'Sa or you need a rock-solid plan to deal with her because she's showing up in almost every tournament match. Then we have Master Yi. He's the second best champion, with 23.7% of players using him on day 1, growing to 28.9% on day 2. His win rate was 51.3%, just behind Kai'Sa. He's all about early pressure and controlling the board, not waiting around for late game tricks. The top Master Yi players weren't even touching Dazzling Aurora. They leaned into a fast, aggressive style that fights for tempo from the very start. If you want to succeed with Master Yi, you need to think like a predator. Move fast, hit hard, and don't give your opponent breathing room. Together, Kai'Sa and Master Yi practically owned the tournament. They took 15 out of 16 spots in the finals, leaving almost no room for anyone else to shine. If you want to play seriously, learning these two champions inside and out isn't optional, it's mandatory. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.